Hello, freak bitches.
Can I ask a UFC question?
Yes, please do.
What's the Hollywood Babylon about over what happened with Nunes?
Well, she got something called sinusitis. She has apparently like severe sinus infections that affect her balance, and they get really bad.
Okay.
And she got one the day of the weigh-ins. She made it through the weigh-ins, and then she was having like a serious episode to the point where they checked her into the hospital. And the word was that she wanted to compete, but her coaches did not want her to compete. They're like, "Look, you're having like a really hard time like walking. Like apparently, when your sinuses get like really inflamed, it
Yeah.
fucks with your equilibrium."
Inner ear, yeah.
This is second and third hand, by the way.
Right.
I didn't talk to her.
Right.
And, that's what you'd have to do. You'd have to have her talk about it. But it's super unfortunate because that was, in my opinion, was the highest level women's MMA bout ever. In terms of the overall ability of the two athletes. I think Valentina Shevchenko and Amanda Nunes, they represent the peak.
Yep.
This is the best we've ever seen.
Yep.
Nunes is a ruthless knockout striker. She beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey, and she choked the shit out of Miesha Tate. She's a
Yep.
real legit black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, knockout striker. And then Valentina Shevchenko is a Muay Thai champion, ridiculous stand-up, and she caught Juliana Pena with an armbar from the guard. Like, her ground game is nasty, too.
Right.
I mean, Pena's legit. For her to catch Pena with an armbar, that's staggering. And her striking is so good. Like you saw in the Holly Holm fight, she shut Holly Holm down. Whereas, Holly Holm fucked up Jermaine Durandame with a question mark kick, dropped her with a straight left hand. She never had close to that kind of success against Valentina.
Right.
Valentina's super high level with her striking, her movement. She fights southpaw, and she has that beautiful check right hook that she throws that like keeps everybody minding their P's and Q's. She's got a super well-rounded game. So it's really unfortunate that those two didn't go at it. But
yeah, that was going to be a good fight.
I think they're going to schedule it again for the event that is after the end of July event. I think it's 2/15 they're going to schedule it for.
Okay.
But then, like Dana White said, now Amanda Nunes would never headline an event again. And I just don't think you can force someone to fight. If she really did have a the company word. But if she's like was that fucked up, I just can't imagine she wasn't that fucked up. I mean, it's got to suck if you spent millions of dollars promoting a fight and then here it is,
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
the people bought the pay-per-view and then it falls apart and you got to give
Right.
refunds and I don't know what
Yeah,
the
well,
fuck.
welcome to the music industry when it was at its big peak in the 90s when people are like writing big checks for stuff and like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Mariah Carey for millions of dollars. Here's her thing, and then she goes, and she has a meltdown.
She
and
went crazy, huh?
disappears. Yeah, and then like they're like, what did we just spend our money on? What happened just now?
How did Mariah Carey go crazy? What happened?
I don't know. I think she had a meltdown. One of those.
Maybe she got a bad dick.
Wow.
I just wonder if you catch a bad dick.
Wow.
that
I have
possible?
never. Personally, I've never caught a bad dick. So
Have
I
you
could
caught a
not
good
speak.
dick?
I have not, that I'm aware of, caught
ever
a
cut-
big dick.
You catch an ambivalent dick?
I have not caught an ambivalent dick.
Yeah.
Keep going. I mean,
wonder.
there might be one in there
I
somewhere.
wonder. I wonder. I mean, it's gotta be a way.
Yeah, I don't know. But somebody wrote a big check. You have an
Yeah.
artist who had a meltdown, didn't deliver because you're talking about we are merchants of emotion. That's what we do.
Right.
And
and
that's
sometimes it can overwhelm you.
that is a volatile thing.
And it's a story as old as time.
And, with fighters, one little dumb thing. Walking up the stairs to the octagon, you can pull, your ACL fucking separates from your body.
Yeah, you could slip. Kevin Randleman was backstage preparing for a fight once, and he stepped on a pipe and slipped and fell on his head and was concussed. Yeah, like right before the main event. Right before the main event, he was walking backstage, he stepped on something, slipped, his leg went up on him, he hit his fucking head, and he was concussed, and they canceled the fight. Yeah, that was
It's
like,
a fucking mess.
I want to say that was in 1997 or 1998 or somewhere around there. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
That can happen, for sure. And then for a fighter, there's so much about who they are is dependent upon their confidence and their state of mind. And if she hears that the UFC is pissed at her, she had to pull out of the fight, and then they say that they'll never have her headline an event again. I mean, she goes from being this superstar with 2 spectacular performances against the most popular women's fighters of all time. Those 2, between Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey, I would say arguably they're the most popular women fighters of all time. Coincidentally, they're both the hottest. How weird. You know? Like, you gotta, if you're going to be a chick and you got to be a fighter, it helps a lot if you're hot. Doesn't it?
I'm not hot and I'm not a chick.
I noticed both of those things. I didn't want to bring it up, though. I didn't want to rub your face in it.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, who knows how she's going to bounce back from that. It sucks. It sucks for Valentina, too.